Well guys, another crazy update from NVIDIA. This time named ARDY, which stands for Autoregressive Diffusion blah blah blah. That's a meta. This is about real-time AI animation. And that's insane because it's also open source, all weights published. You can already run it locally and you can bring it all to Unreal Engine later. We're gonna check the update in details, and I also did the local installation to see if it really works. Now, to better understand why this is huge and what's changed, I think we need to quickly recap what AI animation releases we had this year. And most of you probably heard of Kimodo, which is an amazing AI tool that you can run locally on very low VRAM, like 4 to 6 GB, that has quite a lot of controls and can produce animations. But it is mostly about generation. 1 month ago, we got release of Motion Bricks. That is already closer, and that's like animation engine for your game that you can plug. The demo look absolutely insane. There are some constraints, you need to pre-build the animations, etc. But there are also a lot of advanced stuff such as smart primitives. So not only the movement is calculated in real time with almost zero latency, which is 2 milliseconds, which you can actually play, but also interact with the environment. And the downside, however, is that they only released part about movements, and there are only few presets that you can use. Smart primitives was promised and never released, and still no idea when. And now we have ARDY, complete real-time motion generation. And we have almost same controls, constraints, root motions as in Kimodo, but this time in real time. Also, with careful look, you'll see that the quality of following constraints and the overall animation quality improved thanks to two-stage autoregressive denoiser, updated dataset that is now bone-based, and overall since Kimodo it's already past 6 months. So it looks pretty amazing. Now, what about installation? As I said, all code and weights released, you can actually try it right now. The demo and code was tested on 4090 with 24 gigabytes. So basically the minimum is around 16 to 18, but to have it run in real time, you're definitely gonna need around 24. As you might know, I do have 4070, so that's most likely not gonna fit it. And to test it out, I used RunPod with Run GPU. For me, that's the easiest way to test it. I was using RTX 1590 because 4090 wasn't available at the moment, and it cost me around 1 USD per hour. Again, I'm only using that for testing. The whole process is very simple. You rent a GPU, then you connect by SSH to that server, and I usually basically activate Cloud Code there and tell the Cloud Code that, again, like this is the 1590 instance, then just make it work there and it will run all the installation, etc. That's quite simple. I do have article on top3d.ai how I do that, but again, with Cloud Code you can find any other option. I am not associated with RunPod. That is just what I used to do. And then after a while I actually got it running, and it just provided me a tunnel with the local host, and here we go, we can actually test it. So we can actually start playing and there will be some actions, and yeah, you can control it right in real time. Look, this one running on 1590 and also can be run on 4090, and you can control whatever will happen here, like walking, running, etc. You can set different types of constraint, and the demo not reflect all possibilities because there's quite a lot. I think one of the most impressive is that you can actually use the keyboard to control it, and again, those real-time constraints can work together with the prompt. So basically you can run scripts that will take keyboard or mouse inputs as a constraint and combine it together with the text prompt display saying like jump on one leg or jumps, etc, etc. And that's the coolest thing about that. Same goes for root motion. Again, you can do the representation of the pass and then combine it with the text prompts, and all of that in real time. You can save that and export, of course. For the export, we do have core, which is 27 bones, and G1 representations of skeleton. I definitely know for sure G1 you can map in Unreal Engine, you can retarget it, so that's gonna work pretty easy. You can figure out, you can find a guide about it, and all used models also are presented on Hugging Face, so you can pretty much swap them depending on the skeleton and see whichever will work the best. One thing I forgot to mention, if you're gonna run it locally, you're gonna need Hugging Face token, which is again free to get. You're gonna need to go to this Meta Llama model page and apply for the model. Again, most likely you instantly get approved, but that token is needed to download the meta models used together in this setup. So this model opens quite fascinating capabilities. Well, if we look on the mouse control options, I can imagine that soon we will have games with completely procedural, I thought to say procedural, but it's actually AI generated animations. The player actually guides where to go, and we do have scripts that will adjust the text prompt, and all that is fed in real time to this ARDY model or whatever it will evolve into, and we have all these actions happening, and it works pretty smooth, as you can see. And I really like their example with the scene traversal. That really makes sense again. Like, you can record that action, of course, play it, record, you can export that, or again, you can run it through different purposes. I can also think about creating play blast to later process with video AI and get really nice shots with directed motion. Let me know what you think will be the best application of this AI. While I'm gonna keep my eye on all the updates and keep you posted, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to always be up to date. See you in the next one.